here I am in my very messy dressing room, but that is all going to be changing in the coming weeks. Keep it real and keep the background as it is just now. I'm not going to put my backdrop up. This is just how it is. Anyway, first off, I'm going to go in with these Elemis Dynamic Resurfacing Facial Pads, and they are fabulous if you just want to give your skin a little bit of a revive, get a bit of extra glow going. These are just so great. I mean, I typically probably use these maybe once a week. You could use them more often as that, but I certainly wouldn't think that anybody would need to use them daily, but I guess they're mild enough that you could. But these are gorgeous. I always take them down my neck and around the backs of my ears as well, because I do think you always get a bit of a build up of kind of grime, really. Not very nice, is it? But it is the way it is. Not 100% sure what I'm going to do with my makeup today, but next up I'm going in with this serum from Murad. This is the Revitalixer Recovery Serum, and I love this. You only need one pump and just take that all over your face. It's lovely and it's not runny, but it does allow you to spread it all over your face. So one drop really is all that you need. So now that that's soaked in, I'm going in with the Hydrodynamic Ultimate Moisture. This is also from Murad. Sorry, trying to work on my camera work. It's a work in progress. So I'm just going to take a small amount of this. It is very rich, but it's not heavy, which I really do appreciate, because as much as I love a rich moisturizer, I don't really want to have to, for it to be so heavy that you're kind of dragging your skin as you're trying to you know, just melt it all over your face. I did receive in the mail today 3 of the brand new e.l.f. What are they called? Camo Liquid Blush. So I've got 3 shades here, and I'm definitely going to use one of them at least today. Let me see if I can see what colours. Does it say the colour on here? You know, I don't know if it does. Why did e.l.f. do that? Oh, it probably says it on the bottom and I can't read it. Why do they do this to us? Why do brands do this? So this lightest shade here is called Dusty Rose. This looks really lovely. I think that is very much a piece of me. Then the bright pink one, which is this one here, is called Pinky Promise. That's a cute name, isn't it? I think that's a really lovely pink. It's not too intense, but I think it's going to be lovely. And then this last one, which is the berry shade, is called Berry Well. So I think that is going to be an absolute favourite during this winter season. So I'm excited to try these because I have heard good things about them. New item that I'm excited to try, it won't be new to many of you, but it might be to some, and it's the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. This also gets really great reviews. I've never tried it, so I'm excited to try that. I'm going to use that today for sure. I did actually get a couple of other items from e.l.f. which I should have mentioned. One was a free gift with purchase. I think it was if you spent over a certain value, and the other one was because if you sign up and have an e.l.f. account, you can earn points, and when you get points you can use them, claim them, convert them into freebies. So I got 2 of these little glitter eyeshadows from e.l.f. and one is called, the silver one is called, here we go. So the silver one, which is here, is called Bling Bling, very appropriate, I would say. And then this kind of antique gold one is called Flirty Birdie. I've looked at this one before actually when they had a tester in the shop, but they didn't have any available, and I thought this very much looks like a colour that I would appreciate. Look at that, look at the sparkle, amazing. So I have started off doing my brows, which I've done off camera because I'm not great with my brow game, as you'll be able to see. I'm not quite sure what I need to do to figure out my brows better, but I need to do something. So I'm literally kind of I just typically fill them in a little bit just to try and create a little bit more of a denser brow, because they are a little bit sort of, you know, gappy and whatnot. So yeah, I need to figure that out. Try and use up some of my older products that, whether they're any good now or not, I'm not too sure, but I'm just going to try and use them up because, you know, I've got too many things that are the same kind of thing that are open and they're just taking up space. And obviously if I'm not loving it, I'm not grabbing for it. So it's never going to get used up. So I need to just try and make myself use them so that I can declutter a little bit as I enter into my no-buy year of 2024. So this is the Professional primer from Benefit. Now, there's nothing wrong with this primer. It's a very nice primer, but there are many more that I really prefer. So I'm just going to pop some of this on. And just while we're on the subject of me going into my no-buy next year, I didn't actually get any beauty products for my Christmas, and really that's because I didn't ask for any. The reason I didn't ask for any is because I've been buying everything as I've wanted it, which is not very good really, and I do have too much stuff. So that was why I decided that I would try and do a no buy, or certainly a very low buy of 2024. And when I say low buy, that's really my caveat to the no buy, is that there will be, if I run out of something in a complete category, then I will repurchase some said item. So say I need an eyebrow pencil, I'll buy an eyebrow pencil. That's kind of within my rules, of my own self-imposed rules. The other aspect that I want to caveat is when Katie Jane Hughes brings out her next product launch, which I believe is going to be spring-summer. She's going to be bringing out these lip and cheek sticks, and I definitely want to purchase at least one of those when they do come out. I love Katie. I think she's just an amazing makeup artist, and she's a great advocate and supporter of people who, whether you're a makeup artist or not, who just have a passion for makeup. And so I love to support her where I can, and I think her brand, KJH brand, the first launch has been incredible, and I think anything that she does release will be fabulous. So that's definitely within my allowance of out with my no buy. With regards to anything else from any other brands, I don't think that there will be anything. I haven't seen, there's no other brands that I'm thinking, oh yeah, I know that they're going to be launching something that I'm definitely going to want, and I'm not going to want to wait for it. So I'm just going to stick with those kind of rules at the moment. Obviously, anything I receive in PR, I'll gratefully receive. So I will get new items that way. If I get gifted anything at birthday and Christmas, that type of thing, absolutely. So it may well be that next Christmas I will have quite a chunky shopping list if I've managed to get through the year and be true to my principles of this no buy for 2024. We shall see. But I'm really curious, did you get some beauty items for your Christmas? And if so, what did you get? Were they things that you'd really been lusting after and you'd asked for? Or was it things that people thought that you would love? This is a safe space. You can say if you didn't love it. So on with the foundation. One product that I've kind of rediscovered that I'm absolutely loving is my Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. This is in the shade 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop a pump of it onto the back of my hand, and then I'm going to work it into this flat top kabuki brush and just press and buff that into my skin. I have ordered a couple of other beauty items before the year's out. I know that's kind of cheating really, isn't it? But one thing that I really wanted to try is the Decipher foundation. I was tempted with the concealer as well, but I do have a few concealers on the go, and I don't want to sort of overload myself with other products that I don't really need. I mean, that said, do I really need another foundation? Possibly not. But if Decipher is as good as I keep hearing it is with their shade matches, I'm kind of like, you know what? This could actually make all of my other complexion foundations redundant. So I'm very curious to try it. The other foundation that I'm super keen, and actually I'm going to keep this out with my no buy as well. This is going to be one exception if I do decide to buy it when my shade does come back in stock, is the CL It's like a serum foundation, and it, again, rave reviews from anybody that I've seen that's tried it. Katie Jane Hughes also has tried it and said what an incredible complexion product it is. So if Katie says it's really good, then you're never going to get a wrong steer from her. And I really would love to try it, and I think with it being a serum foundation, it would be amazing in the summer months. So as much as I've got loads of foundations that I really love, and I do, but I like to change things up. I don't like to wear the same thing every day, every month. That's just not me. I'm just not that way. I like to have a whole variety of choice. Anybody else like that? It's exhausting. I did mention that I'm going to be moving location. And when I say moving location, I'm moving into another bedroom in my house for my beauty room. And I just really want to get a much better setup so that I can start creating more content for YouTube. This is like my first one in a, you know, in this format. And I'd really like to sort of dive a bit deeper into that and get, you know, better set up for my Instagram content, my TikToks, all of that kind of thing, instead of being so crushed into this small room, which has also got my desk for working from home, my dressing table, it's got chest of drawers where we've got clothing. So yeah, we're definitely going to have a revamp, and this will become a single bedroom. We'll get a single bed for in here, and probably get rid of my desk either altogether, or it won't be like a working desk. It may just be another table for my beauty area. And then I hope to invest in some better lighting. And then if I am sort of, you know, getting more reach, etc., with the content that I'm putting out there, then hopefully I will invest in some other lighting as well, and eventually potentially a camera. But I'm not doing that until I can see that, you know, I'm kind of investing myself into it first of all before I invest hard-earned money. And the other point is that I really want to not have to use a backdrop all the time to block out all the stuff that's going on behind me. It would be nice to just have a really beautiful wall behind me, maybe with some lovely shelves on, with some beautiful products that look good. You know, some nice art on the wall or something that makes it nice, a nice aesthetic for viewers to look at, but not too busy that it kind of detracts from the content of the video. So I'm sort of trying to, you know, investigate that at the moment. Before I go in with any sparkles on the eyes, because I think I'm going to be tempted to use this one from e.l.f., the Flirty Birdie. I'm going to use this Laura Mercier eye crayon. It's in the colour Sepia, if you can see that, and I'm just going to apply that over my eyelid and then blend it out with a brush, just so that I've got a deep-ish base, and it'll also create a bit of a transition upwards into and above the crease. I really need to pluck my eyebrows, they're so bad. I'm so lazy about these things though. I kind of just take out what I need to, and then, you know, don't really spend the time to fully clean them up. And I think I really need to just get a brow appointment, go and see a brow lady and get them done properly. This brush that I'm using, by the way, is from Lara Faye. It's the E05, and I love this brush. It's such a nice, it's dense but fluffy at the same time. So it's really good for blending out a cream product, as well as if you want to use it for powder. But I love the Piano Black range. I think it's such a beautiful range in the Lara Faye collection. You don't have to spend a fortune to get a really nice selection. So, you know, just shop around and help yourself to people's discount codes that share them, because that just really helps. It helps you and it helps them. And it helps the brand too. Now, please do excuse me if my eye contact with you guys is a little bit off, but when you film for YouTube, you really need to film in landscape mode, which means that your camera lens is like way over here rather than in front of you. If I look in front of me, straight in front of me, it looks like I'm looking off to the side for you. So it's kind of weird to look at the camera lens, where obviously I can only see myself in my peripheral vision. So I've got a little mirror over here, which is to try and keep my face, my head pointing in that direction. It's just quite disorientating, and I'm sure there are better ways to do it so that, you know, you get better at that, and I definitely need to look into that, and I will be calling on my fellow YouTubers and Instagrammers for any tips and advice that they can give to make that easier, because I want it to look good for you, the viewer. So that is the eye wand on, and I'm now going to go in with the gorgeous little glitter topper from Elf. I've done this eye, as you can see. Now I'll just go in with this onto this eye, and to begin with I just popped it into the center and took it up a little bit, then blended it out with this brush, which is the E03, I think it is, also from Lara Faye Beauty, and just kind of patted it in and feathered it out a little bit. But then I went in with a bit more because I thought, you know what, it is Twixtmas, we are betwixt Christmas and New Year. Not that I need that as any excuse, because I love everything sparkly and glittery any time of year. I'm just such a magpie, I can't resist it. So yeah, the more sparkle for me, the better. I hope it's showing up in this light. I will take the lighting down for you and see if that helps. And I'm just popping a little bit underneath the eye too. And it's so easy to apply from the doe foot, but then you can just kind of feather it out a little bit to soften it with your brush. Look at that. You see it? So here we are in a low light. I don't know if that's showing up better for you. Yes, that was Dirty Birdie over the top of Sepia by Laura Mercier with her caviar stick eye colour, and these were kind of like the original eye sticks that everybody went crazy for, and obviously there are a lot of versions of them out there now. Now what I will say about these e.l.f. eyeshadows, I actually discovered that I have a few others of these and they're all gorgeous, but I haven't been using them, so I really need to get my act together and start shopping my stash a bit more. For bronzer, I'm going to use this Trini London. It's called Soalia, I think it's called. Anyway, it's a bronzer, as I said. This is the colour. And I'm just going to pop on a little bit with my finger. It looks pretty dark, to be honest with you, in the pot, but it's quite, you're quite able to sheer it out just using this little rose ink brush, which I really love for bronzer and sort of contour, because it's just nice and dense, do you know what I mean, but not too big either, so you can keep the area a bit more pinpointed that you want to apply or blend out the product. Sometimes you can lose control with too big a brush and it goes more on your face than you want. So has anybody got any absolute faves of the products from 2023? I'm just trying to think what my like top products would be from the year. 100% would be the Danessa Myricks Lightwork 5 palette, which is utterly breathtaking, and as always Danessa always knocks it right out the park with regards to colours and finishes and effects. It's just such a beautiful palette, and it really delivers on how they look in the pan, whereas I find with some other brands they look incredible in the pan, but when you try and put them on your face, it just kind of doesn't go anywhere, which is so disappointing. Let's face it, when we are shopping eyeshadow palettes, or certainly from my own perspective, when I'm looking at eyeshadow palettes, I see all the images in the pans. Obviously you see the artwork that the brand puts out where they've been used on a model, etc. And they look incredible. The duochromes and the multichromes always look amazing. They look like they really deliver on pigment. And then when you come and put them on yourself, you're like, what happened? Clearly it's me. So you think it's all down to you, but I just think that some of the marketing is a little bit disingenuous, so you do have to be careful for that. I would definitely say if you're interested in a palette or any product, to be honest, check out people using it on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, that kind of thing, because rather than the brand, because you're going to get a more real life finish, I guess, aren't you? Anyway, on with blush. I'm going to go in with this one from e.l.f. I forget what it's called already. What did I say it was called? It is called Dusky Rose. Dusky or Dusty, I can't quite make it out. Let's just try it anyway. So I'm just going to pop 3 dots. And then let's go in with this brush. So this is the Sculpt by Spectrum brush number 9. And it's a nice big kind of fluffy, oh, this has got more colour to it than I expected. Oh my goodness, I am loving that. That is gorgeous. It's kind of like a corally peach, but with a coolness to it. Oh yes. Oh my goodness, I am loving that colour. Can't remember exactly where I positioned those dots on the other side, but let's just do this anyway. Wow, I'm so impressed. It blends like a dream. I hear that these are a bit of a dupe for the Rare Beauty blushes. I don't have any of the Rare Beauty products at all, actually. I've been seriously tempted, but I never knew which colour I wanted and just kind of delayed for that reason. So sorry, but I think I'm maybe quite glad I did. This is beautiful. I am loving that finish. It's got a dewiness, it's got a bit of a glow to it, but it's almost like a satin. I think I need just a touch more on this side, actually, just a tinsy bit. Oh, very impressed with this. Very. I will look forward to using the other 2 shades that I have. I'm so glad I chose this one. I nearly didn't because I thought maybe it's going to be a bit pale, it won't really do anything. I think that's going to be my new favourite blush. Wow. Dusty Rose from e.l.f. I am sold. Let's give those eyelashes a little bit of a squeeze with these Refer lash curlers. And I'm not going to use any eyeliner today, I don't think. I'm going to keep it, even though it's sparkly, it's not exactly natural, is it? Let's face it. But I'm just going to keep it a little bit more low-key than if I went in with an eyeliner. I might go with a bold lip though. Let's see. Now I am going to use my absolute favourite mascara, which is the Make Waves mascara from Tower 28. I absolutely love this mascara. This one is kind of on its way out a little bit. It's a bit dry now, but I do have a backup, thankfully. This is something that I will repurchase as I need to, because although I have a lot of mascaras, I am going to try and get through them. That is definitely my kind of goal for 2024, is to work my way through my huge collection. Well, it's not huge by some people's standards, but it's pretty big by others. I do have a lot of mascara just sitting there that I've used them from time to time, but they need to get used up before they go off and need to be thrown out, because then that's an absolute waste. So before I open another new mascara of any brand, I am going to use up at least 2, shall we say? Well, let's say more than that. I'm not going to put a number on it. I'm going to try and use up as many as I can of my open mascaras, whether I love them or whether I don't, so that I can clear them out and then only use the ones that I love. Oh yes, Tower 28 Make Waves. It just never fails me. It always just gives me really good lashes and I love it so much. Let's add a little bit of highlight from KJH brand, and this is the Hyper Shine Highlight Kit in Rose Claire. Otherwise known as light pink. And this is the brush that comes with the kit. I'm not adding any more serum to this because it had serum in it the last time I used it, and I don't think I want to make it too, you know, like I said, I'm kind of keeping it a little bit low key, and I'm just popping that tiny little, see that, it's pretty much the size of the head of the brush, just there. And I'm not taking it too far up because it just accentuates all my lines around my eyes, of which I have many, because my face tells a huge big story. I'm very expressive, and my family all tell me that I don't need to say words, people know how I feel just from the look on my face. So I don't think they mean that. I don't think they mean it in a good way, to be honest. So just popping that on there. Oh my god, I love it. I probably should have used the gold. It would have tied in better with the eyeshadow, but who cares? Wear whatever you like, right? Oh my god. The rookiest of rookie mistakes. I'd just been chatting to y'all and I wasn't recording. Anyway, I was just telling you about Censored and their very small indie brand, which at the moment only has 5 shades of lipstick. And I do actually have a discount code for you, which will save you 10%. I'll try and pop it on the screen if I can figure out how to do that. So they're really beautiful lipsticks because the carvings are gorgeous. It's got a magnetic case when you put the top on, and the pigment in them is really, really good. They are really quite long wearing, I would say. Okay, lipstick done. Just now going to go in with some of the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Let's see what I think of it. It's got quite an intense spray on it, but it's quite a strong spray, but yeah, it's a mist, if that makes sense. So you do feel like you're getting good coverage when you spray it, even though it's got a bit of power behind it, which I quite like. You certainly aren't going to end up with a stream. Sorry, I'm just having to clean up the inner corner. You know how we've all got like different mouth shapes, haven't we? And my lips, I don't know what they do to one another, but they definitely do something. I love that colour of lipstick on me. I think that's a really good shade for me. Love the feel of the mist. Love the scent of the mist. It does have a, is it rose? I'm not quite sure, but it's not like a cloying kind of rose, so don't be worried about that. But I have to say, thanks for hanging with me while I did my makeup today, because I love it. I'm off to enjoy the rest of my day. I hope you have a wonderful day too. See you next time.